All right, guys. Well, Medo's truck. Here we go. It's pretty close. Actually, I need to close this door. I didn't start this. I had to delete the pause. I can no longer, not for a minute, I cannot pause video right now, but I'm gonna let that door close. It'll lighten it up here. All right, this is as good as, I mean, we're gonna call it. You know, otherwise we'd have to do a heck of a lot more prep. Like a lot. And so, I mean, we did drop the tank. We dropped the tank, cleaned it all out, repainted everything, put a fat coat of oil base on it. Spare tire jack, you know, I kind of thought about that for a minute, and I was like, well, hey, you know what? I told you guys in the last video I was not going to care about that damn tire. I did not care about that tire. I wanted to cake it, and I didn't even get it very good. I didn't get it good enough down on the bottom. But whatever, we did wire brush it. It's just, it was that rusted. So I figure, you know what? If the cable breaks in the spare tire holder, then the wheel really ain't worth that much anyways. Let her go, say bye-bye. But it looked like, actually the cable looked pretty freaking good. I think it'd probably be all right. Went up good. Did take the filler neck off, clean that all up, try to get the rust off of it. We're just de-rusting it. We're trying to get, look at this area right here. This is freaking phenomenal. Look at that. Oh, we do get frames that look like this, the entire frame, and when it looks like that, it's freaking crazy, phenomenal. A lot of this stuff was so rusted in that we these are push pins they're supposed to be, and Tanner drilled a hole in it because when they come out, if they break, that's just what we had to do. I mean, we drilled a hole in it, in the plastic, the white plastic, and then put a push pin through it in the factory hole. We didn't break a whole bunch of them, but we did pull the wiring all the way off the chassis. We pulled everything off. I did take that ground, and those of you that look at it, it is wire brushed. It's ground down and clean. We did paints everywhere where a thread came through, because this is going back to New Jersey. So everywhere a thread went through, I went ahead and put some paint. That way it's at least got some kind of protection on it in case you got to drop the tank again or anything like that. We try, whatever. But I did go ahead and we replaced the bracket for the trailer brake. It's dirty, I got dust all over it. It's dusty, but and it didn't quite go in as tight. Kind of a drag. I tried to bend it out a little bit more, but if you bend it out too much right here, you break the tab off and then the whole damn thing's trash. So yeah, that's just, it just rusted so much that it, you know, I could pull it up a little bit more. I might try it right before we actually button it up. See how much we can pull it up, I don't know. A lot of the things were broken. See this, stuff like that, when the back is broke, because there's supposed to be a lock that it goes in right there. It's supposed to stick right there, but well, I'll have to use a zip tie on some of that. I mean, it is what it is, you know. The vents, actually, we had to shorten that vent just a little bit, but it came out all right. I just put as much paint as we could on. I didn't get the whole U-joint, stuff like that, but I mean, we painted the hell out of it. Took all the fuel lines off, fuel pumps all clean. It's all done and painted behind it. The goal right now, it is gonna have to go outside. I have this kind of getting this frame and getting everything all clean and into this condition took pretty long. It took a lot of our engine time. So I'm gonna have to, we're gonna button this and get it all set back down. I'm gonna get as many parts back on the truck so that it'll have to go outside, and then once we get the engine done, then this will come back in and almost all the parts will be clean and ready to go. It's already, we didn't get that there, but Tanner's already got the compressor. We clear coat it, might as well, heck with it, it's just cheap. New power steering lines. Here's a bunch of the parts. We're gonna have to move these parts, but they'll be all right. It'll be fine. Valve covers, rocker boxes. Yeah, I mean, it all looks freaking wonderful. It looks beautiful. So Darian got the crossover tube set up. Look at that. That thing is phenomenal. My God, it looks good. Even the VGT actuator, you know, we definitely, I mean, you know, it takes time. It takes time cleaning all this crap up. We even wound up getting the new Hydro Boost lines as well. It'll be all right. Yep. Basically, right now we're done with dirt. There's no more dirt on the job. It's all clean parts. It's all clean. And oh, back here, I'm getting it all set up right here. Those of you that know, bring the engine back out here and walk and tear it apart, check the protrusion, go ahead and backwards, you know, check all the numbers. I mean, we got a lot of the parts here. They're obviously not done. They're going. I've been calling Tanner off bad. He's got guides. He just finished guides in here. The other one over here, I think he's got the valve job done. All he's doing is lapping. Take a little spot check of that lap. I don't know if it's done. It's probably not done. That's why it's not in there. Who knows? But it looks pretty good. You see that? See the valve seat right there? Looks good. See the little chatter that comes out of the seat? And then when we lap it, it only takes like half a lap, and boom, any kind of chattering, and it checks the seat, checks your margin, checks your valve width, checks everything. So valve seat width, whatever. Things are just kind of moving along. He did have a new oil pan, Medo. That's freaking awesome. So you didn't have to do that. I guarantee that's been replaced and came off. We haven't went and final cleaned these yet. They're still working. We'll have to get that. Same with the front cover. It did look good too. So we gotta clean that thing up. Short block is right here. It's coming up next. I haven't cleaned it all yet. Haven't cleaned everything, but it'll be next. It's gonna come out there and I'll get it disassembled, get it bare block. We need to decide, which I don't know. I mean, we can do it. We need to decide if you want to thermal blast the block. It looks phenomenal. I think I've got a thermal blasted block here, don't we? At 6.4, thermal blasted 6.4. It's somewhere around here. It absolutely just is phenomenal for this block. That's something we can kick around tonight. Maybe by tomorrow. Within like 3 days, we need to know. I think the thermal blasting is like $500 or something like that. But it does add time. We don't do that here. I don't have that equipment. The thermal blasting is freaking phenomenal. I mean, holy crap. It makes it look like brand new metal. Now, there's always a tester when it's rusted like this. We'll just have to throw caution to the wind if we want to do that. If not, I can clean it up. I can clean it up pretty as good as possible. And obviously, this will be a block that we will paint. We'll paint this block. So, which I hate painting blocks, pain in the butt, but we need to. See all the rusted stuff right there. Like I said, it's coming apart. So I haven't even touched it yet. It's oiled. It doesn't have to be covered up. It doesn't have to be clean because I'm taking the entire thing apart. It's covered with oil right now, so it's safe. Anything can get it. As long as you don't spray it down with a damn garden hose, it'll be fine. What else? I don't know, just an update video before we drop the cab back down. We got underneath the body. I mean, as good as we can. Like I said, this ain't no body shop. Definitely looks like a lot better, a lot more enjoyable of a job. Now, the upper is done. I know you can't really see it because of the light, but painted it with black first. Honestly caked the hell out of it with black, and then went back with the silver. I like the silver up on the cab because if the cab is on the truck and you're under it at night or anything's wrong or anything, you shine a flashlight up there and it reflects off everything, so it just shows you everything. That's not very good paint though. That's junk freaking paint. So that stuff's junk. It does not hold up very well, but you know what, I mean, it is what it is. We did take the gearbox off. I put a new cotter pin in it and I painted everything. This is going to New Jersey, so everything that has threads going through, I am trying to paint them. Look, even the bolts for the gearbox. I'm painting. I want paint on everything. I'm debating. I wanted to show this video first, but I'm really thinking before I button this up and actually let the truck go down the road, I'm going to paint these fittings too. I'm going to paint all this once it's all hooked up. I'll get down in there and paint it just to put, and same with the transmission lines. I just wanted to show them on the video brand new, that they are brand new. But I probably will just throw some freaking paint on them. The more corrosion protection, the better, as far as I'm concerned. That's no kidding. But we did clean all this up. I didn't take the shift tower off. I didn't do that. But it wasn't that bad. That's accessible from the top. It actually is. You can get to it. Kinda, sorta. But what else? Wiring. We did take the shocks off and put them took them off, so it's a hell of a lot easier to paint. I also took off the ABS box. We put fresh fluid in it. I don't know, I'm worried about the brakes. Okay, if we got to bleed brakes and the caliper, the bleeder screw is seized in there, it's almost just as well as the same to just freaking buy new calipers. Because, I mean, you know, a caliper's like 60, 70 bucks, and sucks to have to, or, I mean, it will probably be fine. I mean, we'll have good enough brakes for what we want, but who knows? Might need to be bled. I did bleed out the master cylinder and ABS. That's actually bled right now. It should be good, you know, you never really know until you actually put your foot on the pedal, but that should be bled out all the way to these lines, and that lino, and this line right here, these three on this side. Should be bled out. So all we got to do is go to the wheels. All this should be done. Anything else? Not really. I'm gonna use the old cab mounts. I think we're missing one or something. They didn't have it, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the old cab mounts on to set the body back down. That way, I mean, whatever. Because I don't want to be one short. I want to put all the new ones on or put none of them on. And I'll probably touch it up a little bit. Touch it up when we actually are ready to drop the cab for good. What else? I'm just looking around here. We did paint underneath the bed. Just put a coat of paint on it. Just, I mean, pretty fat coat of paint. You can kind of see some runs in it. We kind of just, I mean, it's underneath the truck. Cake it the hell on there, right? All the way up the edge. Went as far as we could with the paint can. Let's go up there, painted all this stuff. Yeah. Just trying to get some corrosion protection. So now I think we're going to drop it down. Drop it down, I'll get on the engine. Then, yep. So, I don't know what video this is, I'll look it up. Hopefully hopefully it looks better than it did before. I mean, it was pretty rough. I mean, there's probably 1.5 gallons of paint on here shot with HVLP gun. That's a lot of dang paint. I kept caking it on. Took all day to do a layer and then do another layer and another coat, another coat, another coat. I mean, I just painted all that. Everything down there, I just painted it all. Hey, yeah, I know I could have taken all the lines off. You know what? The lines could use some corrosion protection too. Paint it all. So, anything else we got? Heck, I can't remember. I don't even know. So, haven't even looked at the turbos yet. Haven't even touched them. So, we're gonna get this back down, get all its parts buttoned up, get everything ready to assemble and clean. That's what we're going for right now, is final clean all the parts. This is all Medo stuff right here. We still have a little bit more back in the back, but once we get those clean, it'll be, yeah. We got another one outside that's just like this. It's all done, frame painted, parts are clean, and that makes the job fun to do. When you can pull it in and cab's not even bolted, just lift the cab up, it's all done, it's all clean, all the parts are already polished, just put it together. That's how we're gonna do this one too. It's gonna be the same way. Once the engine's back, I'll have the short block built, we'll bring it in, boom, set it in there, let her go. All right guys, that's it, rambling on, have a good day.